Morning folks. Got to be quiet because it's not 7:30 yet, and I think there's only me up on the site. Anyway, I've got a tiny little bit of sun to sit in till it comes round, and I'm just going to have my brekkie, overnight oats. Lovely. Oh yeah, and I've got a head like a robber's dog. Need 50p for the shower and I haven't got one, so might have to have a shower later. Okay, so day 2, just about to head out. I'm going to try and walk up towards Whitchurch, see how far I can get along the canal. As you've seen from earlier in the video, it's closed at bridge 30, I think it is. And then, but you can go over the bridge and do a left through Danson's Wood. So that's what we're going to attempt today. Morning, we okay? And I've got my glasses on today, so hopefully I'll be able to see the number when I come back. Okay, so we saw a lot of this last night. It's about 9:20 a.m. Busy on the road today. That's what it's going to be. It's a main road through, and it's a lovely day again. But it's going to be possibility of rain round about 5, so we can cope with that, can't we? Get back for then, have a sit-in, have a chill, cook me steak. I've got steak for tonight's tea. I've got steak and a little bit of rocket and tomatoes and a bit of pasta left, so that'll do me dinner. That is, of course, unless I'm tempted to have fish and chips when I'm out. Now, I never noticed these poppies up here last night. I did down the bottom, but not up the top here. And I hadn't had a drink, so can't blame that. The sun's trying to break through there. Bloody hell, it's going to be warm. But that's what we want, isn't it? And it is summer after all. So hope it's not too warm for walking. I knew I should have put my shorts on. Oh dear. So that 29 is open this morning. I think it's only just opened. This is the staircase lock I was telling you about. And it's called a staircase lock because one gate works on 2 locks, well the middle ones do. So it's a bit like stepping down a staircase. Clever, eh? Nice and peaceful on the canal today. I've seen one lad on a bike. Looks like he was on a bike packing trip. Front and rear bags. Top tube bag. I used to love bike packing. I need to go again. Need to get my arse in gear and get out again. Now these could have been the ducks I saw last night, but there's only, oh yeah, there they go. Whee! Come on, quick, over to the other side, shelter. Where the mother steps stays back, eh? Looking out for them. That motherly instinct. A lot of activity today. These birds. Now this could be the bridge just up ahead. I can't remember whether I went under one and then it was the next one. Anyway, it was bridge 30. We shall see when we get there, eh? Okay, so I can see the sign saying towpaths closed, just the other side of the bridge. So this is the bridge that we're going to be coming off on, and through Danson's Wood. Right, Danson's Wood. No idea where I'll be going through it or where I'll get out. But let's give it a go, eh? What's the worst that can happen? Woo. You can probably see the sign better now here, but I'm not sure how far along the breach was. I suppose they're going to keep you well back from it, aren't they? They don't want people going looking and stopping them working. Need the council out here, don't they, with the weed killer? Right. Welcome, part of the Woodland Trust. Shropshire Way, main route. There we go. So we're just going to head straight on up this hill and see where we end up. Isn't it? Don't know why I'm whispering, but it is really quiet. You can just about make out the traffic noise in the background. Muddy section. Oh. Made it. So, looks like that lad on the bike came through here. What do you say? 35mm Panna Racer, Gravel Kings. What do you think? Gate and style ahead. So it's right. So is that right here, do you think, or over the stile and right? Let's go this way, eh? Come on. I think this definitely looks the more likely route. Ah, I can see the main road. Okay. This would be a good overnight stop, camper van. I know you're not supposed to, like, but okay. Now I know this road, but which way does the footpath go? That looks like signs over there. So, Shropshire Way. Good hell. Shropshire Way, Shropshire Way. I reckon we go this way. Up the hill. Through the nettles. It's a little bit overgrown. I don't know if that lad's come down this way or whether he's come up the 41. Whew. Straight on, across the field. See if we can fit through here, eh? Now, to do it up there. Yeah, again, signposted here. Shropshire Way is off to the right. I'm just hoping the Shropshire Way takes you through Whitchurch, because that's where I want to go. Be knackered if it doesn't. They end up in Shrewsbury, which is 20 miles south of Whitchurch. I think I'd know if I was doing 20-mile detour, wouldn't I? Hopefully. Right, I know that roundabout down there with the Mackies and that. Every time I go past there I keep thinking, oh, I'll stop here, you know, on my way to Shrewsbury or wherever. I'll stop here and get a Mackey's coffee and then get going again. I've never stopped yet. One day I will, and I'll tell you all about it. I've just had the fright of my life. Just walking along and about 3 foot to my left, a pigeon come flapping out of the long grass. Bloody hell. Which way do we go here now? Shropshire Way. Shit. Go straight on. Stockton Moor. Should tell you, shouldn't I? Let's see if I can find something. I'll see if I can find something on a map and have a look. Here goes. So I just met a really nice man with a lovely dog. It just looked like a wolf, and he said everybody thinks it's a wolf. Togo it was called, and it was a cross between an Alsatian and a Husky, and apparently in Norway, he did tell me what the breed's called in Norway, really popular there. But lovely. Took a picture for Liddy. Right, another bloody gate. Right, so apparently I stopped to ask that fella the way, because the Shropshire Way actually went off to my right then, and if I'd have followed that way I'd have ended up at McDonald's. We don't want that, do we? Not so early. Anyway, he's told me which way to go, and I think we should start seeing the outskirts of Whitchurch soon. Some nice wild camping spots here if you were backpacking. Lovely. And then you could nip over to Mackey's for your brekkie, couldn't you? Sounds like a plan, eh? This must be the dog walker's route. That dog's just jumped all over me. Only playing like, but the fellow was very apologetic. That's a nice house, isn't it, up there? Wow. Please close the gate. Thank you. I have done. Wow. Some nice houses here. Lovely aspect in front of them. Just been chatting to James. Say chatting, they must have been gabbing for a good half hour. Just hang on. Yeah, just been talking to James, ex-military guy. Really interesting guy. I mean, I had a good old chinwag. I reckon if me and him got into Parliament, we'd sort it. Right, I should have asked him which way to go here now, because there's two routes across this field. I suppose they both lead to the same place, won't they? Hopefully. So I've been gabbing that long for James that my bloody mic switched off, and I've just been telling you all about James, and I don't think any of it's recorded. Like a bomb hole here, isn't it? Yes, so lovely man James, ex-military. He had a really good gab there. Must have been a good half hour. And he's told me to go to the Bird's Paw for a pint. Yes, them paths both led to the same place. This would have been a nice ride for the gravel bike, this, only for all these gates, tons of gates. And another gate. Now these weren't here last time we come through here. Big changes. I will not be remembering this way back. I can promise you that. Town, canal, aha. Okay, so that part. Yeah, this is the way we used to come.
Where are you going?
No, this way, take me into town, will it? Yeah?
Yeah. If you go follow down through the dark bit there, come to the road, go straight across, walk through Jubilee Park, and that brings you more or less to the town centre.
Smashing. Cheers. Thanks for your help. Yeah, I remember this. I remember them building these houses here. Okay. I remember the little park here. Hello pigeon, what to do with you? Must be injured. You don't often see a pigeon walking, do you? Right on to the church. It's a bit like our old house in Brook Street. Front door straight onto the pavement. Had some happy years there, 5 happy years. So the church looks like a modern old church, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like a Norman church or anything. Looks, well anyway, it looks a bit more modern, I think. Let's have a look. Mediolanum, that was the Roman name for Whitchurch, wasn't it? It was at the end of the 2nd century, excavated during road widening in 1977. Oh wow, look at that. There's some windows in that church. Just go and have a look, see what it says. Okay, so it's St Alkmund's Parish Church, Whitchurch. And it looks like it's open. So we're going to have a little walk in. Wow. And what architectural style is that, may I ask? Does anybody know? Good morning, how are we?
All right, thank you.
Wow, what a lovely church.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Lovely windows.
It is. You might need to pause to read that. But what a lovely old church. Looking at that picture now of the Last Supper is making me hungry. Okay, let's have a little walk down this street. Got all the flags out. Looking very pretty today.
Should we get some salmon? Yeah, you can have a
That looks nice, doesn't it? The red cow. So do we go there or? Ah, James said about the Bear's Paw, didn't he? See if you can find that.
Weekend.
Hello again. Hi. Hello again. The white bear. No, it's the Bear's Paw, wasn't it? Now, remember I told you about that suitcase for Humpty? This is the shop we bought it in. Many, many years ago. Some lovely shops here, Karen. We'll have to come back. It's one of these shops in every town now. So, where's the Bear's Paw? Should I ask someone? I think we might be going a bit daft down this way. Now this looks like a real old pub. The Bull's Head, look at that ball. Bloody hell. It's bursting out. That shop used to be cracker colour supplies. There's one in Oswestry and there's one in Wrexham as well. But you can buy literally anything there. looks alright, doesn't it, the Bull's Head? Let's have a little mooch round first. Tell you what, they've still got some pubs here. But I can't find the bloody Bird's Paw. That wind's getting up. Ah, Liverpool House. Shall I go in there? Not a pub now. Right, the white there, free Wi-Fi. Doesn't look open, does it? Like this little pub up here on the right. I'm going to try that. Is this the one? The Old Town Hall Vaults. Let's have a look at this, eh? Bit out the way, but not open yet. Keep forgetting it's only early, it's only 11:45. But he stood outside the pub waiting for it to open. See if the Red Cow's open, eh?
Sorry?
Well, I just had a nice pint of Guinness in the Red Cow and a wee. I was dying for one. So, why not rehydrate? Anyway, need some food now. Let's see what we can find, eh? Could do with the Greggs. But I don't think they have a Greggs in Whitchurch. Mind you. We'll have a look, you never know. So, tuna sweet corn salad on a granary and a sausage roll. So that's me dinner sorted. Yum. So, I got myself a sausage roll and a tuna sweet corn salad on granary for me dinner. I've had the sausage roll and I've had 2 bites out the bloody butty because the sausage roll was massive. So I might stop again on the way back and have the rest of my butty and a drink somewhere. Let's see, eh? Anyway, we're back at the church, and just before we head off home, I want to have a little look down this street here, because this looks really interesting. I think that used to be a pub over there. Well, it says again, it used to be called the Greyhound. Now it's called the Cock and Greyhound. Strange name. Let's see if we can find out a bit of the history of this row. Some really lovely looking buildings here. So that was a school there, founded by Jane Higginson. The old Queen's Head. Lovely. It's a lovely old town, isn't it, Whitchurch? Did you know that Whitchurch is the longest continually habited town in Shropshire? Meaning there's people been living here continuously for longer than any other town in Shropshire. Got there in the end, didn't I? 2 miles from the Welsh border, 20 miles, is it 20 miles north of Shrewsbury? How cool is that? Why not? I remember we come down here once and there was a BMX bike dumped here. I was trying to get it, but Cadden wouldn't let me. Retracing my steps, you might have to help me out. It's pointing this way to the canal. Bloody hell. Come sit here and relax. Bloody hell. You're enclosed by nettles. I remember this bit because these bungalows and everything were over there. And then you weren't too far. It was open land. Then you weren't too far from the canal. So I remember this part used to go straight across over where that hedge is. Okay, so that's where we are. Kingfishers. Come on. Let's go and spot a kingfisher. Yeah, I remember all this bit. Down here to the canal, and then there was it was like the end of the canal, end of one branch, and there used to be a couple of canal boats moored there. Yes, all there's new houses here though, they weren't there. So this part's known as Whitchurch Canal Basin. Now, I would imagine that years ago, the canal boats used to come all the way up here. It's a big dragonfly, isn't it? See what it says on here. The canal on into Whitchurch. Now it's telling me the footpath's closed ahead, so see how far we can get, eh? Before we have to turn around. Turn around and try and find our way back. A very colourful graffiti. Right, this is the part I remember here, where these boats were all moored here. And then the canal goes off either left or right, and I should imagine the right-hand branch is the one through to Grindley, which will be closed. But let's have a look. Well done, our Danny, eh? Good lad. So I suppose these boats here could get to Llangollen if they wanted. They could go to the end of here and then do a left, but they're unable to go the other way. Mind you, some of these, they just live here and they moor here and they don't really want to move off. And right on cue, there's a canal boat coming in. Must have come from Llangollen. It looks like this is about as far as I can get just up ahead here. I'll ask them if there's any way I can cut back. So Alright, so this is where the breach was. So down here it was all absolutely full of water from the canal. Looks like it's all getting sorted now. So we can't get through there. There was a guy there in pink, all in pink, and I said, there's another lad trying to get through. He said, I want to get onto the sandstone trail. So he got on his phone and said, how do I get to the sandstone trail from Whitchurch Bridge, Whitchurch Canal? And I don't know if it was ChatGPT or Google. It said, if you'd like to purchase a radiator. He tried again and it said, if you're looking for a refrigerator. so I give up. I said, it's okay, I'll just walk back. Made me laugh anyway. I think he might be following me. Can you see him? Have to hurry up. Drop a cog. We're going to go over this old bridge and see if we can get through this housing estate. And it'll probably be a dead end, won't it? So, this isn't a detour I was expecting to do today. Hopefully when we get up here, we'll reach the A41. Now luckily, the A41, it's a really busy road, but it's not like dual carriageway motorway, so we should be able to walk along it till we get back to Danson's Wood. Fingers crossed. That's a nice pass. Lovely. But this don't look like the A41. Anyway, we'll do a right and see where it takes us. Can you get through down here, sorry?
Pardon?
Can you get through to the canal down here? But
I have no idea.
No,
Where I'm going is through the marina, which is that way and then off to the right, I think.
are you going to go then towards Whitchurch or?
No, we're going out.
Right.
That way, yeah.
So you can get that way, like, because of the breach, I thought you couldn't get through it, like.
I know nothing about a breach.
All right. It was all over the news last year.
Oh,
So
that
it,
one.
yeah,
Oh,
so it's all closed down there. Now that guy looks as if he's turning round. We'll go this way. So I'm now walking through an Aldi car park because nobody seems to know whether you can get back onto the canal or not. I'm now leaving the Aldi car park because you can't get through down there neither. Crazy, isn't it? I think they should put signs out, you know, to let people know, because it's part of one of the national walking routes, the Sandstone Trail. So what happens when you get to the part that it's closed? Should be signs saying this way for Sandstone Trail. I'm going to end up walking along the bloody A41, aren't I? Right, which way is it here? I'm on A41 Chester, don't I? I think we'll have to cross over. All part of the fun, eh? Well, I've driven along this dozens and dozens of times, but it all looks so much different when you're walking. At least there's a footpath. Hang on, what's it saying here? Wrexham Oswestry. Do we want this one? This is Whitchurch Marina. And the thing is, I don't know if I can get on the canal here. So that's what they look like out the water. And that crane there, I think that was used, you know, for lifting the boats out in the breach, during the breach, after the breach. Anyway, I've been told I can't get through down there. Got to go back to Thaldy, and then I'll try Google Maps from there, see where that takes me. It is a bit like walking on a motorway. So I think this is where I need to cross over. Hopefully. Hopefully this is it. Danson's Wood, looks like. But bloody hell, I'm going to get across here. It's crazy busy. That's where I need to go.
In 270 yards, turn right.
So, must have been stood there 5 minutes, nobody's letting me across. I reckon this is where I come out before, isn't it? Danson's Wood. Looks like, yeah. Bit of a nightmare, that bit. But I definitely think there should be signs telling you the sandstone trail, you can't get through here, so take this diversion. Anyway, done now. Should be back in half an hour. Finish me butty off. Good at retracing my steps, aren't I? I should have just come back the way I went. But trying to be a smart ass, thinking I must be able to get across at one point. There's lots of little walks off here. I had flashbacks to Bulgaria then. When I got lost, garments packed up, and I was just aimlessly cycling, thinking, where am I going? Ended up on the motorway, heading towards these tunnels. Never mind. Been there, done that. Well, been there, didn't quite do that. Done part of it. Okay, so I reckon you could get through from the marina. It's just, I suppose, they don't want all the traffic through the marina, because it's a good way up here. And it's a much safer route, isn't it, walking along there than that bloody main road. Crazy. Anyway, I'll have to see who I complain to, eh? So that's the bridge we've been over. And now we're heading back to the locks. So this part of the canal, I see no traffic since before the breach, so it's months. But the cafe's struggling, because there's cafe at the locks. I suppose they rely on some of that traffic. Not a lot of it, I don't suppose, but some of it. See if I can creep up on them. One by one. Any brave ones? No. Just thinking, I never told you much about Whitchurch, did I? I was going to give you this history lesson of Whitchurch, and I was too busy looking for the bloody Bird's Paw, which didn't exist. So Whitchurch, it's in North Shropshire. It's about 2 miles from the Welsh border. Like I said before, 20 miles north of Shrewsbury. I told you, didn't I, it was the oldest continually inhabited town in Shropshire. There's evidence to show that people lived there over 3,000 years ago. And well, the Romans were there, weren't they? And their name for Whitchurch was Mediolanum. And Whitchurch stands on the major Roman road between Chester and Wroxeter. And one of the reasons I went to Whitchurch this morning was to go to the market. Whitchurch was granted market status in the 14th century. But anyway, because of all the gabbing I'd done on the way, I didn't get to the market. I seen like a few fellas selling like plants and fruit and veg and stuff, but no real market. So I have to go another day. I was just thinking, you know, I was saying about the cafe up here, the way it's losing out on custom. So I feel really sorry for them. So what I might do is stop there, have a nice cup of coffee and a scone if they do them. They used to do the jam and cream scones and they used to be lovely. So I might do that, purely to help them out, you see. Like, I'm not really hungry. I normally wouldn't have a jam and cream scone. I'd just have like jam or something, yeah, nothing. Coffee and nothing. But we'll see if they do them, eh? I hope so. Here we go. Nearly there. Might have to charge my battery and mic as well. Getting low. Been out about 5 hours now. Probably gabbing for half an hour. 5 minutes in the pub. Well, 5 or 6. Only had 1 pint. Wow. Can somebody tell me if these birds are swifts or swallows? Whee! Whee! That's a spadger. Whee! Couldn't I? Oh. There's quite a few here. Okay. I'll put a picture on of what I've just had. I thought I'll just get a nice cup of coffee. And then when I got to the cafe I said, do you do them frappes or anything like that? I said, oh, we do milkshakes. So I said, oh, go on then, I'll have a milkshake. Banana. But it wasn't just a banana milkshake. Anyway, I'll put a picture on. It had a biscoff in it and a flake and squirty cream and hundreds and thousands, and there was little bits of toffee or something inside as you're sucking up in the straw. And that was lovely, by the way. And then I thought I'll have a scone, but they didn't have any scones, so I like cheesecake, so I got a piece of lemon curd cheesecake. Bloody hell, I need to lie down now. I shouldn't have ate it all, but there was no way of carrying it back. And it'll do for me tea. I won't need me tea now. I'll have to have my steak tomorrow night, if it ever gets set. But Lockside Cafe on the 41 at Grindley Locks. Bloody lovely it was. And I was having a little gab to the girl, and she said they've losing quite a bit of custom now because the canal boats are not coming through there now since the breach last year. They can't get through. So they've only got the road traffic to rely on now. But so if you're passing, try it out. You will not be disappointed. It was amazing. just realised I forgot the code again for the gate. I remembered it last night, but I didn't take my glasses, so I couldn't see the bloody numbers on the push button thing. And there was a woman sat there, the other side of the gate, and she just kept looking up at me and then looking away. And I must have tried about half a dozen times. And I thought, any minute now, it'll just lock me out, it won't let me try again. Anyway, I remembered it in the end, or I managed to push the right buttons. And when I got through, I said, oh, I forgot my bloody reading glasses. And she said, oh, I suppose I should have got up and helped you. She never though. I wonder where that goes. So somebody's just walked over the bridge here and off into the field. Let's have a look. If it's a footpath, I'll give that one a try. After I've had a nap this afternoon. Showed you this, didn't I? Airbnb. Bloody lovely, isn't it? Be great to have a gang of you there, wouldn't it? Partying. Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely there. Private garden, please keep out.